What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here with Kira. She's back. She was gone last week. She was traveling stuff. But we just watched episode 96. We'll technically watch episode 96 and 95. Just for a quick second. Yes. What did you think about episode 95? Because you weren't here last week to talk about it. It was amazing. Well, she liked it. So, episode 96, we're officially getting to the point where we're starting a tournament. And it's funny, like, it's just not going to work. The Frieza thing and the Team Universe 7 thing is not going to work.
What do you mean it's not gonna work?
I mean, look at them. They're not agreeing. Like, Frieza already proved how much of a dickhead he was last week, and seeing how they had that quick interaction at Bulma's place before they went off to you know, the world of Void, it's just not going to work. But something I do want to point out is Yamcha did not go with them. You guys remember there was that leak a couple weeks ago that we were all waiting for this episode to air to see whether or not that was true, and it's weird because the person that did that leak got half of it right, and I feel like what happened was either it was someone internal or someone got like half the story and then they kind of like made up the rest because they're trying to, like, you know, guess what happens. Turns out, from the looks of it, it's not going to happen. But they mentioned in those leaks that Frieza is going to betray Universe 7 and go to another team. And
which almost happened.
Which almost happened with, you know, the last episode when he was talking to Universe 9. But I think that's kind of like where the leak came from. Either the person that they knew about that and they were trying to like complete the leak, or it was someone internal. I know me and Geekdom were talking about how he has a huge theory that Toei did this to kind of like throw us off, and they did. And I'm glad whoever made that leak did that, because like we all expected it to happen and then it didn't. So the 10 warriors are the ones who went, and it's gonna happen. There's no one else going to turn. It's not gonna be like a thing where it was like with Universe 6 where they had people watching. The people who left were the ones who went, and it's funny how freaking Wiz made everybody hold hands, and he didn't have to do that. It was literally his idea.
It was his little technique to get them to start working together.
It almost got everybody killed.
Well, you know what? Sometimes right before something actually works, it feels like it doesn't work.
You're right. What I do like is the interaction between Vegeta and Frieza. I forgot to talk about that, I think last week or the week before that, but Vegeta having to deal with Frieza is just hilarious to me. And
well, I mean, he grew up under his tyranny.
They kind of have history. But we're fighting to the point where it's starting. The tournament, you know, by the way, speaking of which, before it starts, we had a quick showdown between Universe 1, 5, 8, and 12. Minus 12. I think 12 is the guy, Jin. So it was those three guys are basically trying to test out the tournament. They fought, and by the way, that was a really dope fight. And I like the fact that it was like, oh, you don't think my stage is good enough for you guys? Why don't you go ahead and just test it out? They fought. Destroyed everything, and then he's like, you know what, make sure you fix this before we start because I gotta go get the doors and stuff.
I feel like that was just a little trick and he was just having fun with them. I don't know.
The way I saw it is that was kind of like, you know how like if you, like I can't think of like a good like way to describe it. You know how like if you're under your superiors and you kind of like, you know, don't trust them, and it's like, oh, you don't trust me, go test it out. Alright, now clean it up. I think that's how I saw that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's funny, they completely wrecked that stage immediately, and then they fixed it. But apparently they fixed the flaws, and it's going to be better now from how they made it sound. I don't really know. Now here's the kicker. Initially, when we got the rules about this tournament months ago, the rule said no flying, and we all assumed, I think you and I actually initially talked about how there's no flying in the stage, and everyone was like, no, there's no flying outside the stage, so if you get knocked out those bounds.
I was confused about that as well.
Well, we were right, actually. There's no flying allowed. Yeah.
I was still confused about it. I didn't.
It was. I mean, to be fair, yeah, they didn't have real instructions, and on top of that, the intro is literally them fighting and flying, so there's no flying at all. Yeah. So everybody's on an even playing field. In fact,
and their gravity.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it's the same as their home planet.
The world of Void is this magical thing, and now unless you have wings, in which case it's more natural, you can technically fly. And we saw Universe 10 and a couple of flyers. I think they're like a butterfly and then like a bird dude. Which, by the way, Universe 10, I'm sorry, you guys are going to get washed. So the first question I'm going to ask the viewers of this video is, which universe is going to go down first? Not necessarily which entire team will go out, but like which member of which universe will go down first. I gotta go with Universe 10 to get washed immediately. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Those, in case you guys remember, those are the guys with the muscle drinks.
No, I thought that was Universe. Wait, no.
That's Universe 10.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they're getting washed. I'm sorry, they're going out immediately. But what do you guys think?
Which one is Universe 9?
Universe 9 is the ones from with the dogs from the exhibition match in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're scoundrels, and I feel like they're gonna be amongst the first to lose as well, just because they're also dickheads, and like the action they had last week also is like I want them gone. But I feel like Universe 10 they just seem like they're It's the bronze and the brains. That's Universe 10 and Universe, what was it, 2? Those are the twins? Or wait, no, 3. Those are the twins. They're like the brains and the bronze. You got the brains on Universe 3 and Universe 10 is the bronze. And I feel like they're too straightforward, and because of that, they're gonna lack strategy and get absolutely washed. But it's funny, like the World Void is this magical place that your gravity matches from where you live. Which, by the way, would that count for Earth for Goku and Vegeta, or?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
And also, if you have natural abilities like being able to fly, like I said with the birds, then you can fly, but everybody else, they can't. So that's gonna be really interesting. Now let's talk about the reveal of the Warriors. So a prediction that I made was that I didn't think we were gonna see complete teams, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
They actually gave us 80 designs. That's a first. I mean, knowing how.
Except for the 2 that we couldn't see.
Yeah, well, they're there because they said that there's only 8, but I forgot who said it. That there's, oh, was it Tian? I don't remember. It was one of the people in Universe 7 like, oh, well, if you feel it, there's a presence there. So there's definitely, yeah, it's faint. So the fact that we ended up getting 10 warriors from each universe kind of surprised me, because I was like, that's a lot of designs they gotta draw up, and Toriyama and the team gotta work on, and they did.
They all have themes though, so that I think it's almost like just how many universes are there?
It's 8 fighting, so 80 warriors.
8? Oh yeah, so really it's just like 8 different designs for like the themes, and then different designs within those themes. So that makes it a little bit easier. It's
also interesting how far apart, like there was universe, I think Universe 2 was it? The one with the robots made me think of GT automatically. Not that that's a GT universe, it's just the character designs were so much GT. I think that's the one that had like the real looking guy and all the robots. The first thought I had was like just GT based characters. Not saying that's the GT universe that people have always speculated. It's just the designs reminded me of that era of the Dragon Ball series.
This tournament makes me think of like a fashion show.
It kind of
you have like different collections and then different pieces within those collections.
Yeah, exactly. And which, by the way, speaking of Dragon Ball GT in the past series, going back further into Dragon Ball Z, a Yardrat was there. We saw him last week, and we assumed that, oh, maybe just a look-alike. No, that's definitely Yardrat. You don't remember?
You said it, yeah.
Yeah, Yardrats were the ones who taught Goku how to instant transmission. So my thought was they're definitely from Universe 7. They probably just traveled across the universe and joined. Maybe it's like a really talented fighter. What should be like the guy that invented instant transmission, and he like transcended to the point where he can go across the universes. Which I feel like now Goku's gonna be able to do that, and then that'd be cool. That's setting up the series for the future, for they can go
within the universe.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I won't be surprised. The man can go between heaven and hell
if that's,
easily.
I mean, if that's the case, and he will be able to go through different universes in the future, then I think that everyone is gonna survive.
I mean, the thing is yeah, that's actually a good point. Look, we saw the end of Dragon Ball Z. Everyone was still there, unless it's like an alternate reality that was made by the Dragon Balls, and everyone does die right now, and just to kind of keep the series going as a troll, they wish everybody back just so the series continues. We know they survived, like it's kind of spoiled for
them, but I also mean like all the other universes as well.
Right. Well, but I don't know, the big one, going back to what I said earlier, was Frieza. Frieza and Frost actually talked. And that's funny, a couple weeks ago there was a conversation at a con, I forgot which con it was. I think it was like in North Carolina or something like that, Anime Con something. And they had the voice actor for Frieza there, and he mentioned that him and Frost were going to be scheming something. And that's all they said. And now you watch episode 96, it's like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this. So we don't know what it is yet, but Frost and Frieza put together, it makes you think that the only reason why they brought Frieza back into the series in the first place was so they can have that, number one, the wild card, and two, that interaction. Because Frost and Frieza on the same team is kind of dangerous. And what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to have each other's backs, and ultimately in the end, somehow collaborate. Now ultimately it's going to have to come down to like if Frost versus Frieza, who's going to be the more dirtier one, in which case that's the question for you guys. That's the thing between Frost and Frieza. Frieza is a lot more dirty than Frost. Like Frost is kind of like low-key and you can't trust him, but Frieza's like, if he wants to like, if he wants to kill you, he's going to do it. He's not going to like beat around the bush and try to like be all sneaky with it. Like he's going to just no mercy, bam, you're dead. So I don't know.
This is true, but that's like Frost is more sneaky about it.
Yeah, he's the master.
He's the one who manipulates in a way that he makes you believe that he's like on your side. And like Frieza is not like that. He doesn't try to make you believe he's on your side. He simply takes advantage if you already believe you're on his side.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Frost or Frieza? When it comes down to Frost and Frieza betraying each other, who's going to do it first and who's going to succeed?
I think they're gonna betray each other.
What? Before.
I think that they both planned it from the very beginning of meeting each other. They don't really care about each other. Just because they look alike doesn't mean that they are the same people, and they don't actually care about each other. And you know, like, I don't think they're real. Like, they may work together briefly, but their real plan is probably
to look out for themselves. That's what their real plan is.
That's how both of them are.
This is going to spark a really interesting debate in the comments. So again, Frost or Frieza, who's going to betray who first, and how is it going to end? Let's see which one of you guys can guess it. And again, the other big question is which universe is going to go first, as far as just a single warrior, or if you want to say, you know, overall, all universe 10 is getting washed immediately. Drop it down below. Now, next week we're getting into the fighting. And by the way, I forgot to talk about the most important part, Jiren. Jiren, we get our first look at Jiren, and he is a badass. I mean, Goku's an idiot, and he walks over, tries to say hi to Toppo, not realizing they don't like this man, but he was like, you know what, I'm Goku, I can do whatever I want. And he's all like, yeah, you know, we get to finish our fight, settle the score, and he sees Jiren, and Jiren, before you can even react, Jiren's behind him. This man is crazy. And then, of course, you got the gods who are trying to finish up building the stage, and they do the whole speed up with the catching shards, which are harder than Universe 7 catches. And the man doesn't even move, he just stands there. Read the movements. This man is dangerous. And on top of that, you also got, we haven't seen this in a long time, but you know how like in the Dragon Ball series back in the day, in Dragon Ball Z, whenever like, there was like a huge power level, you get that ka-ching noise, like that. We haven't seen that in a long time, and they got that when Universe 11 showed up, which shows you how dangerous they are. I don't think it's necessarily all of Universe 11. I think it's just basically probably Jiren and Toppo, mostly Jiren. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup, especially with the setting that they're at, everyone's fighting each other, no flight. If you get knocked out, you lose. So I'm excited about that. So the other question I'll ask you guys is, from all the universes fighting, which one are you most excited to see fight? Why? Comment that down below. Anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure we skipped some parts, in which case if we did, just let us know down below, we can talk about it later. But yeah, I'm excited. The fighting starts next week. Remember, the tournament itself is 48 minutes long, which could be many episodes or not that many episodes. I mean, I don't really know. Remember, Frieza on Namex at 5 minutes, and that lasted like 145,000 episodes.
I think it'll be a little while.
We got a couple weeks at least. But I'm excited we're actually getting to the point where the fighting starts. Like, the in-between stuff was kind of like, eh. But then, like, when you watch it, it was good. But, like, I'm just to the point where I want to see some fights. And I'm excited we're at the point right now where we can actually see what these universes are capable of.
Lots of character interaction.
Yeah, something I want to point out is in the next episode preview, you see both Zenos, their eyes are like just blowing up, just like amazed. I guarantee you what's going to happen at the end of this tournament, no one's going to get erased, just because this is going to be an entertainment factor to both Zenos, that they're going to be like, you know what, no one's getting erased, this is so entertaining, let's do this annually. Calling it right now. That's the outro. That's what's going to happen. No one's going to die. They're still going to get the Dragon Ball Wish as a reward, but no one's going to die just because of the entertainment factor, and that's what I think is going to happen.
Me too.
With that said, let us know your thoughts on episode 96. If you enjoyed this video breakdown, review, talk, whatever you want to call it, make sure you leave a like in the comment, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 97, where the tournament finally starts, as well as a brand new outro. So enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys. Well, technically I'll see you guys tomorrow, but I was going to see you next week for the next episode breakdown review. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. So enjoy the rest of your day. It's been Jiren Rhymestyle. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.